Hello, welcome to the Lolpo Cup 2023. Tonight we have yet another round of 24 match TUGI Seed 14 qualified with a qualifying score of 614,000 points, playing his first match today versus PEYTON Seed 19 qualified with a qualifying score of 599,000 points. Had to play one match in the round of 32, in which he defeated Virtual 5-1. This round of 24 match, you can see in the bracket the winner of this match will face Mark in the round of 16. You see, PEYTON is live already. Now we're waiting for TUGI. Oh, I just got an information that TUGI improves his 19 PB to 109,600 points. Let me update that. Here we have it. New PB for TUGI. And TUGI is live as well. It's time to ask players whether they have the technology to play the same piece match. I guess Nathan is playing on the original cartridge or Fractal's speed hack. Right, so we have a no SPS match, random seed. Both is ready. So we can start the first game of the match in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. PAL 18, thus only best of 9. They've started cleanly, already with the first Tetrises. TUGI with the first imperfections. Sports PEYTON maintaining very in stack. TUGI will have to dig a bit, and it's getting pretty tricky. This dependency on the left might be troublesome. He doesn't get pro pieces, and he hangs some pieces in the middle. That is gonna be it for TUGI. TUGI tops out with 58,000 points. So PEYTON takes the first game of the match. Warm-up is done. PEYTON says spot is ready. Next game starts in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. This time PEYTON starts with a very aggressive central, very high in TUGI yet again. And misdrop. Oh, it I guess. Both players digging now. We got a very high third column. I guess the long bar. It's a very dirty Tetris. Now PEYTON finally manages to bring it all down. Both players with 3 Tetrises. Very messy start for both, but somehow they both managed to get it all going properly very quickly. PEYTON now will have to dig a bit. Scores are basically even. Both boards are kind of messy. TUGI will be the first to get out of that. Still needs Gatsby finally. Great lumbar. PEYTON is out of trouble as well. Now about 1 Tetris behind. Good less Tetris made it to PEYTON going very aggressive now in the center of the board. Needs a T, gets the T. That will help a lot. And TUGI with this double dependency. TUGI very often with dependent board this match so far. Don't know yet. That's bad space timing. Accelerated aggression. PEYTON took this chance. Now it's almost 2 Tetrises ahead. This time he is with the messy board. That's pretty messy board. Play pretty messy games. Both players TUGI going for this dirty Tetris. That's very aggressive. Gets the lumbar for it. Is he gonna set up in the middle now? No, he isn't going to. And Pretty sure he will lose the lead due to that. Now, about half of Tetris in lead, something in between half and full Tetris. TUGI with this Tetris takes the lead back, now leading by about 7,000 points. Both at exactly even lines. They're still getting the Tetrises. Last 3 were done just simultaneously, and finally we see that the scores are not perfectly good, in particular, both with 350,000 95 lines, won't reach 400k to 100 lines mark. It's still pretty solid. I'll play much cleaner than the first part of the match. It keeps going like this. All probability we will see the first 19 fight of tonight. PEYTON managed to pull ahead a bit, leading by 2 Tetrises at this very moment, but 5 lines ahead. With this Tetris, reduce the deficit to less than 1. It now takes the lead. PEYTON takes it back. This game will surely be decided on the 19 speeds. Both players can still score 3 Tetrises. If they both do, PEYTON will have a lead of less than a Tetris at the transition. But PEYTON not getting the pieces now. TUGI also not getting the Lombards. PEYTON leading by about 35,000 points. Has to take the triple. Now he will transition very high. Will be able to survive it. Gets the Lombard and gets the Tetris on 19 already. Transitions with 545. TUGI transitions with 530. So about 18,000 points lead by PEYTON. Less than Tetris of the lead by PEYTON. Both players playing on 19 now. PEYTON maintains the lead. I don't think any of the players will even try to set up for Tetrises. PEYTON in some trouble, but manages to bring this out to the left. And this is going to help, but PEYTON's trouble won't stop. PEYTON is going to top out. Now what will be the final score? PEYTON tops out. TUGI, in order to take this game, you need to get to 557,000 points. 557,000 points is the score to get. 7k to go. 8k to go. It's getting very tricky. Doesn't bring this L to the left. He doesn't get the tag. Just a few more thousand points. This triple will do, and he gets this triple. TUGI takes the game. Quattros is out. Post transition. Let's see how far he can go. Both is ready for the next game, which starts in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. And a very nice 19 fight there. PEYTON was ahead in the transition, but TUGI managed to reduce the deficit at the very last possible moment. TUGI is very high on the board once again. Slight misdrop he just had. It's going to cause some additional burning. Will survive it, But PEYTON already gets a chance to pull away with the lead, already leading with about 2.5 Tetrises. 60,000 points ahead. Now he is yet another Tetris. It really looks like it will be over 100,000 points ahead once TUGI gets out of that league. TUGI will be kind of forced to go for this 3 of ground dirty Tetris, but he doesn't get the number and has to burn, which means the lead of PEYTON's widening yet more. He will finally be able to go back to the right, but now he is about 110,000 points behind PEYTON. Very early in the game still. Very good early game. PEYTON. And PEYTON now with a lot of trouble. As this J, that is going to help. But will need the timely bomb-bar, and he gets it. That was kind of a bail actually. So he took this chance. Now only about 2.5 Tetrises behind. Hello Alex, hello Lucy, hello Aki, hello Sven. PEYTON maintains the lead, still about 70,000 points ahead, over 70,000 points ahead. More than 3 Tetrises lead for him. Now decides to go for this 30. Pretty aggressive solution, but works out very well. That is going to be tricky to get back to the bottom right without having to do any additional burns. It's 2 white hole on cones 9 and 8. Be very difficult to set up stack for to open all at once. It is still 3 Tetris ahead, and we're getting closer and closer to the transition. But we're playing yet another match in which winning advantage doesn't exist. We already saw in the previous game TUGI can chase on 19. PEYTON himself can do as well, but TUGI yet again with some trouble. Very high in the board. And the lead of PEYTON is widening and widening furthermore. Now TUGI almost 140,000 points behind. PEYTON is not slowing down by any means. Wonder if TUGI will even try to chase it all in on 18 speed. The lead seems to be possible to be chased down on 18 alone. PEYTON with 448,000 points at 116 lines. TUGI with 336 at 112. TUGI already mathematically needs 19 speed to take this game, and PEYTON can still go for 3 Tetrises, and it looks like he will try to go for all the 3. Next one will bring him into the 500k score mark. Is this Tetris? Will he now just transition? Yes, he just transitions. PEYTON transitions with 520. TUGI 1 Tetris to the transition with very low 400k transition hill. TUGI transitions with 432, and PEYTON's board falls apart immediately after transition. PEYTON tops out TUGI. The score you need to get in order to win the game is 526,000 points. 526,000 points is the score to get. This will be a long chase down needed. About 80k to chase from now. This is about 70 lines with very low scoring. About 60 with some triples. It's been very well now though. The board nice and clean. Doing any crazy stuff. Taking care of the left. That's some really good play here. This all will complicate things a bit. He doesn't have dust to bring anything to the left. It's getting high. Now he needs either a quick tap or an L. Gets the L to the left. That is gonna help. But the board is still very complicated. Now this one floating point above this hole made things more and more difficult. And this lumbar put vertically on the left was a very huge mistake. Now he needs a miracle series of lumbars and other pieces. I don't think it's gonna be possible to survive anymore. TUGI will top out and PEYTON will take this game. Both players are immediately ready for the next game, which starts in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. So far in the match, TUGI gave one game to PEYTON due to the very early top out. Other two, TUGI was massively outpaced by PEYTON, but one of those games managed to patch it out on 19 speed. The previous game, third game of the match, wasn't able to. PEYTON now leading 1-3, and that's a very crucial game. PEYTON manages to win it, will be 3-1 ahead. Having a very, very nice lead as for a best of 9 series. Match is not too long at the end of the day. There are no unimportant games. Both players yet again a very strong start. Both already scored 4 Tetrises. Both are ready for the fifth. PEYTON had to dig for a bit now. TUGI already took the opportunity. Now he's ahead by about half a Tetris, but 5 lines behind. So with a very strong pace lead as for 30 lines in. TUGI is playing this game very, very clean and efficiently. 200k at 40 lines, something you always want to see, especially in competition. PEYTON playing very aggressively but very efficiently as well. It's making any mistakes. I wonder if PEYTON really knows he needs to get better score on 18, being unable to beat with TUGI on 19 speed, but he's doing his best. Now, definitely. Now it's getting pretty dangerous. He has to take this late triple. Finally, he's getting the lumbar. Now he's about 7,000 points behind, but about 10 lines ahead. TUGI now 4 lines behind, but 30,000 points ahead. So a very strong pace lead for TUGI. Maintained it. He's maintaining it for about last 40 lines. Very, very nicely. Very strongly and efficiently. Unable to exceed it though. And here we don't have an SPS match. So at the very end, series of droughts, and you are all of a sudden 3 Tetrises behind at the very finish compared to your opponent. So the lead is not saved by any means, but look at the space by TUGI. This really can be a 600k or almost 600k transition for him. Keeps it like this. It's doesn't seem to be making any mistakes. Everything under control. PEYTON as well, but it's very difficult to do anything if your opponent has 456,000 points at 100 lines. PEYTON with 463 at 108, so not behind but ahead in lines. And at the very big end of the game, this is gonna matter surely. Now PEYTON has to take this triple, and TUGI doesn't have to. 500k and 110 lines, getting yet another Tetris. PEYTON now will have to dig. Gets out of it, but it all really looks like PEYTON will need some 19k in order to take this game. TUGI gets one more Tetris, PEYTON wins mathematically, and now with this burn, PEYTON already needs it, and this transition will be very difficult for him, I'm afraid. Really needs to burn it, decides to go the aggressive way, immediately with the Lombard in the middle, which split the board in two, and now the transition will be very, very difficult for PEYTON. He just won't survive it. PEYTON tops out, and TUGI takes the game. Scoring 600k in the process. TUGI, please play it out. All the 19 Molens are strongly encouraged in the local cup. Very nicely survive this failed Tetris setup. Let's go instead for another one. There's some nice bases for it. It's no pieces eventually. And Miss drops this. It's still possible to survive. It's doing a very good job trying to survive it. Yes, it looks like we'll survive it. That was a very nice survival. And I'm pretty sure here we have the highest score of the local cup matches so far. The previous one was 623,000 points by Trakti. Now we have the new highest score. Let's see how high it would be. This is a very good potential for the first 700k. TUGI is playing very cleanly. He has a very good Tetris setup. Wait for the Lombard, he gets the Lombard. Oh, Sunny, no! TUGI doesn't have 800k. His PB is 780. Very close to the 700k. This left will be kind of difficult. Gets all the pieces he needs. It really looks like we'll see the first 700k of the Local Cup 2023, and here we have it. TUGI with the first 700k of the Local Cup 2023. Still survivable. It's a series of L's left now. Getting the J, it's all good. Just needs an L now. Gets the L, gets the Lombard. Still survivable, gets yet another R. This would be a miraculous survival, but it looks like it's happening. It's something to the right, but now this left will be very, very difficult to do anything with. This won't be possible to survive anymore. TUGI will top out with 716,000 points at 209 lines, making both highest score and highest lines of the tournament so far. PEYTON, just in case I'll ask you to confirm readiness. It's been a few minutes since you wrote it. PEYTON is ready as well, so we can start the 5th game in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. PEYTON starts in a kind of messy way. This hole he has here can be very tricky. Almost out of it, but he missed the spin tag. Or tag spin, I should say. He'll have to dig for quite some time Very tricky board. It can be very smooth, thick, it can be very long, all depends on the pieces. Goes for this stone 3. One of the grounds. Gets the Tetris. I think he will stay there for one more Tetris, but he misdrops this S, which is gonna cause some additional burning. TUGI in the meantime already 2 Tetris ahead around about, taking the early opportunity PEYTON gave him. PEYTON now not getting the lumber when he needs it. The center well, the dirty center well definitely backfired. He's getting the lumber but at the very wrong time, and now this left will be pretty difficult. He doesn't bring this T to the left. This looks like a very long dig is ahead of him, assuming he will manage to survive it, which is not so obvious at this point. Board is all the time split. TUGI already almost 100,000 points ahead. But PEYTON with this Lombard to the right should be good. It's yet another Lombard. Will he finally get it? Gets the L, that will help. He will be out of it, but TUGI already 150,000 points ahead with yet another great pace. What is TUGI doing today? Is that scoring from him? TUGI 130,000 points ahead. PEYTON will really have to go for it. Now with half chance to go back to the right, but he decides against it. We'll look for a yet better one. Is he going to switch to the left now? Oh, taking the center now on con 8. Yet again unable to get the setup. Now he won't have a better occasion. Bring it all back to the bottom, but he decides not to yet again. Very interesting strategical decisions by PEYTON, but TUGI yet again exceeded the lead to 150,000 points, which is a win advantage at this point if he just manages to bring this game successfully to the 19 transition. He'll have to dig a bit now himself, but the advantage is so huge it shouldn't cause any significant trouble. But PEYTON starting the chase, now less than 100,000 points behind. PEYTON was able to reduce the deficit to just 2 Tetrises, and TUGI is still digging. Nevertheless, PEYTON now a few lines ahead and with not the cleanest of stacks, so TUGI still definitely on the lead. Quite a huge lead, actually the state and the state of the boards and line counts. TUGI 386 and 114 lines, PEYTON 373 at 119 lines, takes the lead now. TUGI takes it back but TUGI has 5 lines more. TUGI in the lead now and behind in lines. PEYTON will in all probability need 19 play to take this game. But TUGI's board collapses. He's getting back-to-back Tetris. That is gonna help a lot. PEYTON now will need 19 play. PEYTON transitions with 425. TUGI with 457 currently. Also transitioning. He will survive the transition, and PEYTON won't. So TUGI takes this game. Both players are ready. Next game starts in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. PEYTON going very aggressively now. To take the safety triple, but this board is not looking good for him. He really needs the Lombard now. Finally gets it. It was some rough drought. Fortunate at the end. And Tetris ahead, TUGI also had to burn for quite some time. But PEYTON, eventually with the Tetris lead, is still ahead. PEYTON yet again troublesome situation for him. This time it's looking pretty badly. He gets all the pieces he needed. Wow, it was Bale to get out of this so quickly. This house should have gone to the left. He hasn't put them there. So yet another very difficult dig we'll have to face now. He gets the lumbar. He doesn't go for the triple. Very aggressive plays by PEYTON. Finally gets the Tetris, but TUGI about 80,000 points ahead due to all of this digging PEYTON had to do. PEYTON yet again with not a clean in particular board. Finally, he's out of it. TUGI is perfectly clean. And TUGI now with a 3 Tetris lead for PEYTON. PEYTON yet again a few lines ahead to all this high digging. The true lead is a bit greater for TUGI than just the 3 Tetrises. PEYTON yet again. Tricky situation. Like, oh no! With this misdrop, that's gonna be it, I'm afraid. And that's it for PEYTON. PEYTON tops out. Just 2 misdrops, and that was it. TUGI takes the game. He decides not to play it out, saving the energy for later. And both is ready. Next game starts in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. TUGI leading 4-2 now. Let's win one more game to advance to the round of 16, where Mark Minkas is already waiting. PEYTON now needs to win 3 in a row. PEYTON not playing bad by any means. In one early top out that previous game. 3 scores over 500k. it's not enough for TUGI playing so well, and PEYTON now with huge trouble. He's getting all the good pieces. Will be able to survive it. Once again, TUGI already with a clear 2 Tetris lead at the very beginning of the game. TUGI still maintains the lead. Both boards are very clean. But all of a sudden, TUGI had to take a few burns. PEYTON already caught the score of TUGI. Now we are at exactly even score. PEYTON 3 lines ahead. The slightest of possible leads from TUGI. Paper were just even. PEYTON will have to play one of the grounds for a bit. Have to bring it back to the very bottom, but it's not gonna be too easy in this case, I'm afraid. TUGI is still digging. PEYTON is definitely taking the lead. Now he is almost over 100,000 points ahead, and TUGI with in a lot of trouble. He won't be able to survive it. TUGI tops out, and PEYTON immediately takes the game. It's a bit played out if you wish. It looks like a 600k transition it will be. Everything goes according to the plan. $500k at 112 lines. Nicely done so far. Transition will be pretty difficult having to play one of the ground, but here it's a great chance to transition and to get the center well, which is going to be much nicer during the transition. This S is not helpful though. The spin gets the spin. There won't be the 600k transition, but one away surely. Doesn't stop for the Tetris. Trying to save this one line. Don't know what he meant. Transitions with 580. Very nice transition. And he survives it. It's going to start for Tetris, just takes the triple, and here we have 600k for PEYTON. This wasn't able to link anything there to the right time. Maybe it's missing. It another 600k in this match. Very nice done, and both players are ready. We can start the next game in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. PEYTON now has defended the first match point of TUGI. Both players with the same scores, but PEYTON, much messier board. TUGI with a very clean one. Now already able to transform it into a 1 Tetris lead. And PEYTON tops out! Oh no! Missed the top out of PEYTON. It's on the very last moment, but TUGI is already ahead. So TUGI takes the game and the match. It's must have been very quick top out. PEYTON says he hung 2 bars, column 9. That was it. TUGI having beaten PEYTON 5-3 advances to the round of 16, where he will face Mark for the spot in the quarterfinals. thanks for the thanks, TUGI. Now, if you want see it, this restream I was all alone. I wasn't able to put all the scores in immediately, but they will be done in about 2 minutes. So if you wanna wait, you just put them and you will all see them. Everything has been tracked, but not on the computer, not in the protocols yet. Right, here I have them. Everything's in TUGI with the 700k game, 716,000 points, 620. The highest score of the tournament so far. By far of the ones within the matches, and one of the highest ones overall, pulling the quals as well. And with the highest nines so far, 209. PEYTON, really good match. Just 2 early top outs. That's TUGI in really good shape today. Hold back all the attacks. Top out early, only twice. Self. That was enough to beat PEYTON today. Next round, you will have very tough opponent. Mark Migas is. Let's take a look at the bracket once again. This sets up our second round of 16 match. Mark and TUGI will face for a spot in the quarterfinals. That is gonna be a very, very hyped match. Erke already in the quarterfinals, having beaten Somalia 5-3 earlier today. More and more players will join them. This would be it for tonight. Tomorrow we have 2 matches scheduled already, and in quite some probability this will be the only ones for tomorrow. At 18 UTC, round of 32, Mark versus Smooth. followed by at 20 UTC, round of 24, TUGI versus Yepper. Don't wanna miss it. Will be pink if you want. Also, if you want, here is the Discord server, link to the Discord server if you wanna join. For now, this would be it. Let's find somebody to raid. Who is streaming Tetris? Once again, very few people are streaming Tetris. It's not that late. Yanis. Let's raid Yanni yet again today. You're ready to raid. See you tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Bye.